Most people are familiar with concussions. They know that a concussion is a brain injury that occurs from trauma to the head. It causes lack of balance, focus, and overall function of the affected person. However, not many people know enough about concussions to understand the long-term effects that can take place over a lifetime. It causes emotional and psychological issues that are often undetectable to the naked eye. Multiple concussions sustained over a long career playing football can create mentally unstable persons that sometimes, in drastic situations, end with athletes killing themselves. Head injuries in football is not a new problem to today's athletes, but the problem has recently come into the spotlight from these cases. Football programs across the country need to take larger steps in protecting athletes from concussions to ensure the mental stability of athletes after they retire from the sport. To clarify, a concussion occurs when the head sustains an impact causing the brain to jostle around aggressively. It can also be caused by a hit to the body that causes the head to shake and jolt violently. This kind of injury is sometimes thought of as a brain bruise, but it is not a bruise to the brain. Most of the time, after sustaining a concussion, an athlete will be ordered to sit out 1 to 2 weeks from the sport. They will be instructed to avoid any brain stimulation like school or video games for a couple of days because the brain is susceptible to further injury at this point. As you can imagine, as athletes get older, the hits get harder, which can cause more severe concussions. Many NFL players develop a disease called CTE, or chronic traumatic encephalopathy, over the course of their careers. CTE is a progressive degenerative disease of the brain found in athletes and others with a history of repetitive brain trauma, including symptomatic concussions as well as asymptomatic subconcussive hits to the head. The Mild Traumatic Brain Injury Committee members found that concussive hits are linked to dementia, and ex-NFL players are 19 times more likely to develop dementia. Here's an example of an ex-NFL player with CTE.
We do to one another, okay? Hell, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just tired and confused right now. That's why I say I can't say it the way I want to.
The NFL has been funding concussion research for many years, but it has been recently discovered that they may have been withholding the real damages of concussions to a player's brain in order to ensure that the NFL does not lose popularity or money. Over 4,000 different ex-NFL players have created lawsuits after they heard this information. Junior Seau was an ex-NFL player that was beloved by San Diego, where a large part of his NFL career was played. He had become a huge public figure, raising millions of dollars for disadvantaged kids. He was a linebacker, which is a position that requires you to tackle and hit people. After a long and successful NFL career in which he became one of the league's most revered players for not only his athletic achievement, but also for his charisma, service to the community, and overall character as a person, he shot himself in the chest with a pistol.
Of a mysterious death, an apparent suicide by a powerful athlete, a force of nature on the football field. NFL great Junior Seau, 43 years old, dead of a gunshot wound to the chest. His mother in shock tonight. And his football colleagues are asking, is this somehow another example of that legacy of the punishment players take on the field?
There have been recent advancements in the field of player safety for concussions. Researchers have created the impact test. A large number of teams from all skill levels in sports use this test. However, it's not perfect. There's a bit of controversy behind this product because a lot of the positive reviews are written by the people who helped develop the test. There is really no clear-cut way to determine if an athlete is safe to return to play after a concussion. The best athletic trainers, coaches, and players can do all the different tests they can and make progressive steps back into the game from there. The culture of the game has to change from trying to hurt the opposing players to a more strategic approach of winning. Rules have been made to protect the players' heads from being hit, and everyone is starting to see just how big of an impact concussions have on a player's mental stability. I think this whole situation can be related to when everyone found out smoking cigarettes is bad for you. Cigarettes were very popular up until recently when the media was able to portray the extreme health effects from smoking. Now that more research is being revealed on concussions, it is not long before a similar uprising should occur. There's no question that repeated head trauma is and has been a problem for athletes and especially football players for a long time. It's unlikely people will stop watching the sport because it is dangerous. What will kill the game is if parents refuse to let their kids play. The NFL should be the ones funding the majority of the research because it is their league and their athletes and ultimately their sport. We live in a time where we are able to research and prevent brain disease caused from head trauma. Greater research and steps need to be taken to ensure the maximum mental stability for players of all ages in football.